Hey cyber friends, Lady Cyber here with wide-angle global stories for November 22, 2025. It's a mix of summit scrambles, climate alarm bells, and information war warnings, all with a twist of sass. G20 kicks off, without the US. The G20 summit is now underway in Johannesburg with no US delegation. Trump's absence is making a very empty chair look like a very loud statement. Declaration drafted without America. Despite the U.S. boycott, other G20 members have drafted a declaration focused on climate risk, green energy finance, and fairer borrowing for poorer countries. South Africa tightens security. Johannesburg's gearing up, police are running security drills ahead of the summit. Activists, climate, women's rights, Kashmir, are expected, so it's not just dignitaries on high alert. Media's warning bell at G20. Journalists at the G20 M20 Media Summit are calling out a crisis of information integrity. Their message: without press freedom and real independent media, democracy is on shaky ground. EU's message to the world, and Africa. European Council President Antonio Costa told the G20 that the EU is a predictable, reliable partner. Bonus: this is the first ever G20 on African soil, according to him. UN chief joins the summit. Secretary-General Antonio Guterres is in Johannesburg for 3 major G20 sessions: climate resilience, fair energy transitions, and the future of AI plus mineral security. Civil society says we want a people's summit. Activists in South Africa launched a people's summit to run parallel to G20. Their demands? Climate justice, taxing the rich, and fighting debt. Ramaphosa's big economics pitch. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed the B20 business leaders, calling for investment in Africa, especially in green energy, infrastructure, and minerals for the future. G20 meets in Africa with a bold motto. 2025's G20 summit is themed Solidarity, Equality, Sustainability, making Johannesburg the stage for some serious talk on global justice and the future. G20 prepares to tackle inequality. A special G20 task force is pushing for a global panel on inequality, calling it an inequality emergency just as urgent as climate change. COP30 still fires up the headlines. As world leaders meet in Johannesburg, COP30 in Brazil isn't far behind, and Guterres is still urging urgency on climate change, calling failure to limit warming a moral failure. Safety and summit choreography. With high-profile leaders flying in and pressing global issues on the table, South Africa's G20 is one for the history books, but also one that needs tight choreography to avoid chaos. Until next dispatch, this is Lady Cyber, powering down with poise, pixels intact, and a stray smirk programmed in. Stay sharp. Stay charged. And if your world buffer bars, simply reboot with irony.